Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do my 2020 beauty favorites. I decided to do my beauty favorites separate from my lifestyle favorites. I have a whole bunch of those, so I figured just to save us not having like an hour-long video, we're going to focus all on beauty today, all of my favorite makeup products from the last year. I don't know how many of these were in last year's. I didn't double check. I'm just going with what I truly loved in this last year. A lot of you guys are newer anyway, so if you didn't catch my 2019 favorites, I know there's some new ones in here. A few things are the same though, because you know, when it's good, it's good. So we're gonna go ahead and jump in. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I upload videos every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We do beauty, plus size fashion, vlogs, food videos, all that kind of stuff. So if you're into it, you're in the right place. Let's be friends. I am going to try my very best to do Vlogmas. I'm going to upload 5 days a week, every week in December. So let's see if we can do that. I'm going to do my best. All right, let's do this. All right, so I think I'm just going to go through things like I normally do. I just kind of go through them the way I put them on my face so I make sure I don't forget anything. And that way, I don't know, I have a box here of all of my favorite things. I normally do put moisturizer on first before I do primer, but because I'm going to do a different favorites, I might even do a separate skincare favorites. I'm not sure. I might just lump it in with the lifestyle favorites. We will see. We will see. All right, so we are going to start with primers. The two primers that I've absolutely been loving this year are these two. This guy is the e.l.f. JELLYPOP primer, and this one is the SHOPMISSA AOA No Pore Face Primer. This one is only $1 and I'm absolutely obsessed. I just ordered a replacement because I love it so much. I honestly probably love this one a little bit more than this one, but they are different kinds of primers. If you like your pores smooth and filled, you're gonna love the No Pore Primer. For the price, like, it's crazy. It's crazy. I really do like it. This one is more of a sticky primer, so if you want one that's really going to hold your makeup down, I feel like they both make my makeup last longer, but this one's just more smoothing. This one might be, it depends, because I have combo skin, so when I put this too close to my nose, I do feel like my nose does get a little more oily, but my cheeks, it holds on really good. So keep that in mind with all of these products. I do have combo skin. My nose is oily and my cheeks are dry. But I absolutely love both of these. Both are super affordable. Two of like the most affordable brands you will find anywhere. Again, this one is SHOPMISSA. This one is e.l.f. JELLYPOP Dew Primer. Yeah, they both kind of give a natural look. This one might be a little bit more dewy. But I just wanted to mention both of them. But if you're only going to get one and you tend to like a lot of stuff that I really like, it might be this one. I'll leave everything linked down below for you that I can. Everything's listed down in the description box always. Okay, next we're going to talk about eye primers. There's definitely a standout eye primer this year. It is the Ultimate Eye Base from Revolution. This guy is so amazing. The coverage is insane. I do feel like it makes my eye makeup last longer. I do think it is supposed to be kind of a dupe of the P. Louise base. I have not tried that, but the price point and the amount you need like half of a pea-sized amount of this, and it covers your entire lid. I have a lot of veins on my lid, so this kind of does the 2-in-1, the same kind of as concealer, but has eye primer properties and really keeps it on, so I absolutely love this guy. It also will make your shadows brighter. It does come in 3 shades. I have light, of course, because I'm a fair bean. All right, my favorite foundations are not going to be a surprise to anyone. I actually can't find one of them, so I'm just going to put a picture on the screen and tell you a little bit about it. So the first one is the AOA SHOPMISSA Again Drop Liquid Foundation. I love this one. I tried the Pro Wear too, but I do prefer the Drop Liquid. It just is the most beautiful satin finish. It doesn't last quite as long as my other favorite, but it's definitely number 2, and at that price point of $1.88, I can't not mention it. I think it may have been those same 2 may have been my favorites last year. I've tried quite a few new foundations this year, and if I really don't like them, I don't really talk about them, but I have found some solid ones this year, but it's still nothing. When I go back to using this or the AOA Drop Liquid, there's no comparing. There's no comparing. So there's that one, and then this one is the Revolution Conceal and Define Foundation, which has literally been my absolute favorite since it came out. Again, I have combo skin. It's got blurring properties. It stays on my nose all day. It's the longest lasting foundation that I have found that doesn't make my dry areas look dry, but also stays on my oily stays on my oily areas better than anything else. It is absolutely my favorite. I have literally 3 backups. Okay, for concealers, of course, Shape Tape is my like ride or die forever. Absolutely love it. But you guys are probably sick of hearing about that, and I feel like everyone has loved Shape Tape for so long. But I have found myself using these 2 concealers right here a little bit more than Shape Tape. I honestly haven't used Shape Tape in a few months, but I know I still love it. You are crazy. Baby's being crazy. What's new? So the 2 we're going to talk about are both from Luna. These are both from Revolution. This one is Revolution Pro and this one is XX Revolution. So this is the, I always forget what this is called. I'll put it on the screen, but XX Revolution only has one concealer. I absolutely love this. The coverage is really, really nice. This is honestly the closest thing that I have found to Shape Tape out there that is drugstore, that is more affordable. Honestly, across the board, I haven't found any other concealers besides these two that I will reach for some days instead of, or I'm totally content using. Like, I am just a concealer snob. I am so about that like doll-like under eye, super, you know, covered under eye bags. I'm all about it. So this one is more of a satin finish. It's not super drying at all. Neither of these are super drying, but then this one is the Revolution Pro Ultimate Radiant Under Eye Concealer. This has the most beautiful finish. I actually have been mixing them. It's what I have on today. I tried to use mostly these products on my face. Of course, I couldn't use all of them, but I used the foundation, I used the concealer, I used literally everything that's on my face is going to be in this box. I'll swatch this one for you, so maybe you can see a little bit of the difference in finish. For a radiant concealer, this one honestly has a lot of good coverage. I will either use just a little bit on days that I'm not wearing a ton of makeup, or I will honestly layer them up when I want that full face. So this is the radiant one, and then this is the XX Revolution. So you can see there, I have spotty self-tan on my hand, so don't mind that. It's a good stuff. Good thanks. Good thanks. Okay, next we're going to talk about powders. The one powder that was definitely standout this year was the e.l.f. Halo Glow Setting Powder. I have mine again in light. This guy is just a translucent setting powder. It's got a little bit of a glow to it. I love a little bit of a glow all over. I've seen some people use this kind of as a highlighter, but I am definitely a super, super glowy highlighter person. So it's definitely not glowy enough for me, even if you want a natural highlight. My natural highlight is just, it doesn't exist to me, I guess. It doesn't exist. And I'm sure a lot of you know that. I am still all about the glowy, glowy cheeks. I don't know. It's just my thing. But I absolutely love this powder. If you are not really a powder person, this one is a great one. Okay, so the two brow pencils that I've really, really been loving over the last year are one, the ColourPop Brow Boss Pencil. I do prefer the taupe shade. I've seen that they've come out with some new shades I need to definitely check out, but that one is just like my perfect brow pencil. I absolutely love it. No matter what hair color I am, I wore a darker brow pencil today because I couldn't find this one. And I haven't picked up a new ColourPop one yet. And I prefer like a mid-tone brow. Haven't picked up a new ColourPop one yet. This one is the XX Revolution Brow Pencil. This looks disgusting. It actually needs to be thrown away. It's completely empty. My spoolie is nasty. It's done. But that one, both of them have a very similar consistency to the Brow Wiz from Anastasia, which is my all-time favorite, but I can't justify spending that much on a brow pencil when there are so many affordable options now. Like these ones is a little bit more of a drier formula. I like that. I don't like too dark or too like soft of a brow pencil because you can't control it as much. I do prefer usually a much more natural brow. I'm sure you guys have noticed some days, like today, they are a little bit darker. I do not naturally, I can't speak at all today. I do naturally have really dark brown hair. This is really close to my natural color. You can kind of see where my actual roots are and then it's blended. But yeah, so I do prefer a lighter one. So again, ColourPop Brow Boss in taupe. And then I think that this one's in taupe as well. I will link the exact ones down below. And of course, next we have to talk about this guy. All of my products have been in my makeup bag, so they all look a little bit gross. Luna's in my lap, so I'm going to try and show you guys this the best I can without leaning too far forward. Sorry that it's all gross, but this is real life. These are products that I'm really using all the time, and I hope you guys can tell, like, look how gross that is. I'm sorry, but it's gross. But you can definitely see how much I have used that. It takes a long time to go through a soap of any kind. So this is the Revolution Soap Styler. I absolutely love this. I feel like it upped my brow game this year. I feel like I've actually had days where I really do enjoy my brows, and I'm very critical of my brows all the time. So I love this. It just thickens them. It makes them fluffier. It makes them stay in place. It completely changes the way your brows look. If you haven't tried soap brows, first of all, this makes it really, really easy. I just use the spoolie on whatever brow pencil I'm using, but it does come with a little brush. I do prefer to use it with a spoolie as the brush is a little bit thicker. I don't even know where it's at anymore, but this is amazing. Amazing. So good. Okay, so we are going to talk about contours now. I'll do the single one first, and then I do have a palette. Oof, guys. All of these look so terrible, but this is the Revolution Mega Bronzer in Cool. I love this. I feel like I may have put this in my last year's one. I don't know, but I still Love it. This is more of an in-between contour. It's not super harsh if you are fair. You can make it lighter, but it is more intense than the next one I'm gonna show you guys. So if you are not quite as fair as me, or you also self-tan sometimes, this one is such a great one. My best friend Amanda also picked up this one and she absolutely loves it too. It's just such a good one. You get so much product. It's so affordable. It's like £5, $5. I don't know, something crazy, maybe 7. This guy I do believe is at Ulta and the Revolution Beauty site. It's just the perfect cool tone contour. If you like a little bit harsher of a contour and you're fair, you're gonna love this. It's just perfect. When I want like that full face snatch contour, this is what I reach for. Today I use that Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer as a cream contour, and then I topped it with this guy. This palette came out of nowhere. This is the BH Cosmetics Belgian Waffle 6-color baked bronzer and highlighter palette. I am wearing both the bronzers in here and 2 of the highlights mixed. So that's kind of what's on my cheeks, along with the blush that I'll talk about next. This is what it looks like. First of all, it has a mirror, which kudos to them for having a mirror. I actually mix the, this is so hard to do holding Luna. This one and the middle one, the 2 darker shades. I don't know if buttermilk is supposed to be kind of like a face powder, because you know how a lot of contour palettes come with face powder. You'd have to be super, super fair for that to be any sort of contour. Maybe if you want a like very, very natural one and you're really, really fair, you could use buttermilk. But batter and cinnamon I mix together, and then powdered sugar and syrup. This would be good for anyone, but like maybe up to medium skin tones. That's the only thing that sucks. I hope that they make another one so it's more inclusive, one that maybe they do have another one now. I feel like they've been releasing more and more stuff, which is great. I've really been impressed with the recent items from BH Cosmetics that I've gotten. I've always enjoyed BH Cosmetics, but I feel like lately they're doing things. They're doing things. And this is just the most natural, beautiful contour if you are fair, and you can build it up. You can mix and match if you want a little more warmth or a little bit more cool. Both of these are absolutely beautiful. Both blend so easily. I am absolutely impressed with this palette. If you have been struggling with finding the right contour shades, I definitely say check this out. Maybe get it from Ulta where you can take it back if you don't love it. But I have been using like nothing but this, or maybe this other one I just talked about, for months. I don't reach for anything else. It's always one of these 2. I felt like this was going to be really quick, but I don't think I know how to do quick. Blushes. These again look terrible. No one is going to be surprised. My favorite blushes are still the SHOPMISSA AOA LUMI blushes. They're each $1. I love their perfect blushes too, but I love a glowy cheek, so I love these ones. They are both obviously luminous blushes. I have on, I think did I put on white? No, I put on Ravish. Okay, the 2 I've been using the most are Ravish and Wine. I will show you both of those. It has been used. This is still my first one. I bought a backup. I'm not sure where the backup went. Girl, I need to organize my makeup room so bad. I need to organize my life really bad. But I do have it on my cheeks right here today. This is the most perfect blush. When I was in school, I would put it on other people, and I just feel like it's just works for so many skin tones. It's just the most perfect coral. It's absolutely gorgeous. I would pay so much more money than $1 for this. You can see it right there. And then I will swatch Wine, which I haven't used quite as much, but I did get this one back out. I think one of you guys messaged me and was like, oh my gosh, have you tried Wine? It's so good. And I was like, I haven't tried it in a while. So I picked it back up, and you're right, girl. It's gorgeous. It's more of like a purpley. So there's Wine, super glowy, and then there's Ravish over here. Wine is definitely a little bit more glowy. Of course, it depends on where you're blending it out of, as they are baked blushes. They're, you know, all marbly. So I absolutely love both of these. I don't think I have to say that much about them. I've been using them for forever, since they dropped, and I've been obsessed since they dropped. And Ravish is in like 80 tutorials that I've done. So I think you guys know what's up. Okay. Okay, when it comes to highlighters, I do want to re-mention this palette. The highlighters in here are absolutely breathtaking. I love them, especially when I do have a little bit of a self-tan. So this kind of guy goes both in contour and highlight. I absolutely love both so much that they both need to be mentioned. Okay, you guys know that I love so many highlights. There's so many highlights that I've tried. I'm always trying new ones. I always love them. But I do have to admit that this guy is still my favorite. I really, really loved the Jaclyn Hill highlighter palette, the Flash palette, I believe. That one, so good. They are such a unique formula. They look wet on the cheek. I should have brought that one down to show you guys, but that one's just kind of an honorable mention. Absolutely love it. I don't know if it's available anymore. But then there's this guy. This one is Astro. I love pretty much all of the powlighters that I've tried that are appropriate for my skin tone. Sometimes I'll even mix this one with a little bit of a darker one. I think like Nebula is a little bit darker, so I mix those two together and it's absolutely beautiful. This is Astro. I don't have it on right now. Maybe I should. So this guy is just, oh, it is icy. It is beautiful. I can't even, if you wet your brush with this, like that's it dry. Look how blinding and gorgeous that is applied dry. I love to apply it dry and then apply it like with a spritzed brush, like I spritz a little bit of setting spray and I just pop it right up here and it's so beautiful. Anytime I'm like super duper duper glowy, this is what I'm wearing. I will never, this is the first one still and I've used it I don't know how many times and it's still going. It's still going. So again, this is the AOA Studio Powlighter in Astro. The first shadows that I want to mention is probably a pretty obvious one. I haven't been purchasing as much ColourPop lately, but I have so much coming in. I kind of went a little bit crazy with their holiday deals. If you haven't checked them out, check out their holiday deals. I think that a lot of them are going through Monday for Cyber Monday, which is today that this video is going up, and I'm obsessed. I did pick up this guy, which is completely out of my comfort zone. You guys know I love a warm eye. Very clearly, I'm all about warm tones, but I couldn't not try this one. This is the That's Taupe palette. So this is a cool toned one. Let me open it. Their shadows for the price, especially, not even just for the price, because I've tried a lot of different shadows, a lot of more expensive shadows, and I still reach for these. All of their shadows are just spot on. They blend well. They are my type of shadow. I know everyone has different types of shadows that they're into, but I love these. I love them. I have so many. I was going to just talk about the single pressed powders, but really the best deal is to get them in a palette, and they have so many. For the price, it's crazy. I think that these went from 12 to now 14 for the most part, but totally worth it. I did just pick up the Raw Beauty KRISTI one. I haven't tried it yet. Mine like got sent to Seattle and then back here, so it took like almost a whole extra week to get here that it was supposed to, but I do have it, so I can't wait to try that one. We'll definitely do a video with that guy soon. But look at the difference in shades. I also love when the number one problem that a lot of you guys have had with ColourPop palettes is they put pressed glitters in them. I love those. I haven't had personally an issue putting them on my eyes. You do you, I'm gonna do me. I know they say they are not approved for the eye area, but it's all about how you do it. Make sure you don't get in your eye. I don't think any glitters can technically really say they're approved for the eye area as far as I know. Look at that metallic shade. Like, look at that shade of the mattes as well. They're just so pigmented, so blendable. Honestly, I don't think I've ever really met a ColourPop product I didn't, especially an eyeshadow, that I didn't love. You can see them all right here and on my hand. I rambled way too long about that, but ColourPop shadows in general, definitely for the shadow category. And I do have two different palettes that I want to talk about. We'll talk about the one that I'm wearing first. This guy, honestly, when I first got it, I was a little bit frustrated because I wasn't sure how to work with it. The shadows are so stinking pigmented that I felt like my looks kept ending up a little bit muddy. I feel like I finally mastered how, like, what order to put them on in, how to put them on in, and how I just feel like I have to work with these a little bit differently than I do with the ColourPop shadows. I feel like the pigment, it's just different. Something about them is just different. And when things are overly pigmented, you have to go really slow. Otherwise, you're going to get like a whole mess on your eye. I feel bad putting this in here because I don't think it's available anymore because it was just in limited edition thing. But I do want to talk about it because it was such a good palette. So if you can get your hands on it somehow, definitely get it. But I'm wearing these two shades mostly. And then it's so cool because there's a bright side and then there is a neutral side. You can see she's been loved. And then I'm using a little bit of this yellow and then these two browns kind of mixed into the crease. Absolutely love this. So I just wanted to mention this because I do, at first I was a little bit like, I don't know, how do I feel? But I ended up really, really, really loving it. And I reach for it almost every day. Okay, this palette, I feel like if I were to create a palette, it would look very similar to this. I am definitely a neutral girl. I am definitely a glittery girl. This is the Revolution Forever Flawless Affinity palette. Look at this. Look at this. I do have one tutorial using this. I honestly might need to put up another one because I'm so obsessed with this palette. The pressed glitter is just like another level of absolute gorgeous, perfect kind of cool toned champagne-y shade. It's so beautiful. There are duochromes in here. There are mattes, there are shimmers, there's glitters, like there's everything that you need This is definitely my type of everyday palette. I absolutely love this. It's always hard to swatch glitter, but like it's just so soft in the pan that you just barely touch it and you get a good amount. And of course, I like to use either a glitter liner underneath it or some sort of tacky base so it stays put. Oh my gosh, they are just so, the duochromes and the glitters in this palette just are insane. And the mattes blend really, really well. If you have tried Revolution shadows and you weren't really in love with them before, I do feel like their quality has just completely blown me away. There are a few swatches of the duochromy ones in the glitter. Okay, next we're gonna actually talk about glitters. I do have a couple on my eyes, which I guess I'll talk about those two first. The first one is this e.l.f. little liquid glitter. I forgot what they are actually called, but they're $5. At first, everyone was like, oh my gosh, they're so tiny, that's such a waste, blah, blah, blah. But honestly, I mean, I was even that person that was like, why are you so tiny? Because they come in a package and you think they're gonna be much bigger, but they're actually little tiny babies. But most of the ones that I have, like the steel ones, I never get through them. They dry out before I can get through them. So I don't mind for $5 being able to grab these. This guy is Flirty Birdie. I don't know if I already said that, but I have it on my lid with a little bit of this Urban Decay Heavy Metal Glitter Eyeliner. This one is in PYRO. I do think this is the only real high-end item I have in this entire favorites. This is just such a unique shade. What I did is I put this on my lid and then right above like where I did the cut crease, I just put this along the line and it just gives it a little more dimension. I will use this guy underneath the glitters from that Revolution palette. I will just use this in combination with so many things. I love just doing a neutral eye that's all matte and then going along my cut crease with this because it's subtle. You still really see it, but because of the color of it, it just works with everything and it's so pretty. And there's so many times I wear that people are like, I need a tutorial right now. Then I do want to talk about the ColourPop Glitterally Obsessed glitters. Right now they have a crazy, well, they have two, I think, but like a holiday set that is such a good deal. I think if you go today, it should be 30% off. It was like $22 for a bunch of little ones. I love these. They are not approved for the eye area, but again, I have used all of mine on my lids and I absolutely love them. They're like a glitter gel, so you can use them on your cheek. They're approved for the face, but they're not really approved for the eye area. But again, don't quote me. You do you, you be safe, you be careful. But I love using them on my eyes or on my cheeks, whatever. Look at the finish of these. I feel like they have some of the most unique, like look at that. I don't know if this one is still available. A lot of them are sold out besides the kits and some newer ones, but can you even? I would swatch it, but you're going to get a much better look at it just leaving it in the tub. These have a sort of gel in them, so you don't have to use the base if you don't want to. I honestly will just use a tiny, tiny bit, tap my finger, and then tap it over my lid, and you can really see the shift still. I love that not only in the container you can see the shift, but when I put it on my eyes, it's just, they're gorgeous. So I definitely recommend trying like the little kits because they're such a good deal right now. We're gonna talk about eyeliners. As far as it goes as like my winged liner, I still love the Physicians Formula Eye Booster Pen in Ultra Black, but that one is still like a ride or die, but you guys have heard about that 1,000 times, and I honestly think that this liner was in my last year's favorites too. I just haven't found anything that compares to that one or this one. This is the ColourPop Creme Gel Liner in Swerve. It is the black liner I wear on my lower lash line. I have probably purchased 5 of these and used them completely up since it dropped. They're the best. They stay in place, but they also give you a minute to smudge them out so they don't instantly set. You have this one, I swear it even got more pigmented. I don't know if they reformulated when they changed the packaging or what, but something about this is just so good. It's nothing stays as long as this one does. So again, this is ColourPop Swerve. I'm not gonna really bother swatching it because again, it's on my face. It's a black liner, but it's just a twist up one, which I honestly, once this guy came about, I can't use a pencil one. It just feels so scratchy on my lower lash line. All right, next we're going to talk about mascaras. Let's start with the primer. I used to love the one from Lancome. I never know how to say it. It's like, it looks like Cleese, but I know it's not what it is. Absolutely love that one, but if you're looking for a more cruelty-free, drugstore-friendly one, this CoverGirl one. This is the CoverGirl Lash Blast Amplifying Primer. You can see she's been in my makeup bag. She is well loved. I use this for my lower lashes mostly. If I'm wearing just mascara on like a regular day where I'm just going to the store or wherever, I will use it on my upper lashes too. But most of the time I'm wearing false lashes when I'm filming because I love them. So I just put this on my lower lashes, just kind of balance it out to make my lower lashes give a little more oomph. But I just wanted to mention this. If you're looking for a good drugstore lash primer, I love this. If you guys have a different one that you love, let me know down below. And then the two mascaras, the first one, oh my goodness, you can't even see what it is, but this is the Mascara Revolution. This one I love again. For honestly, all of these will work on my lower lashes and my upper lashes. I'm not as picky if I'm wearing falsies with my upper lashes. I do prefer this one, the Revolution mascara, for my upper and lower, and then this Essence one, which is by Panda Eyes, mostly for my lower. I will use it on my upper if I want to, but that one I believe is waterproof. I don't know. It's a smudge proof, volumizing and defining mascara, but this guy is amazing. If you're gonna cry your makeup off, this is gonna be mostly still there. Absolutely insane. I am so thankful. They sent this guy over a while ago and I was completely blown away. I hadn't tried Essence mascaras and I absolutely love it. This one can be, sorry that I'm going back and forth, but I just am like covering each category at the same time. Love both of these, both super affordable. This one doesn't really have a good catcher to pull the mascara off the wand. So when you first get it, it's going to be a little extra clumpy, but I promise you, be patient with it. It'll be worth it. It's amazing. And then let me show you this one. I guess I could show you the wand. So that's the wand. Sorry, on the Revolution mascara. Wow, that's a lot of the same things over and over again. And then this one is the Essence by Panda Eyes. All of my makeup looks so nasty. I'm sorry that my makeup bag is disgusting, but these are all the products that I use pretty much every single day. Love the brush on this one. Okay, next we're going to talk about lashes. Lashes. Okay, the obvious ones are SHOPMISSA foaming lashes, $1.55, I believe. Yes, $1.55. My favorite ones are Jackie, which I'll put on the screen. I couldn't find a pair of those lying around. I know I have another one because I do keep them stocked up. Okay, so Jackie are my favorite everyday lashes, whether I have a lot of makeup on or I don't. They're so nice. All of these, you're going to want to like do the little wiggle worm with the band because it is a little bit thicker of a band, but love them. But then Jean is my favorite for like a bold, dramatic look. If you have hooded eyes, hooded lids, this is going to still work for you. They do taper in the inner corner, so I absolutely love these. I swear they've gotten fluffier. Look at how pretty these are. How are these $1.55? I don't even know. And these guys, if you treat them right, you can wear them like 10 times, maybe more. I don't know. So good. There's so many options. Those two are just my absolute ride or die favorites. And then these guys came out of nowhere. Oh my gosh. My friend Anna mentioned these ones right here, and I tried these out and I absolutely love them. These are the Alley Crown Foaming Lashes. These are from Amazon. So I tried these and I really love them. These are style E, I believe, but I actually ended up loving these ones even more. These are design B. I'm actually wearing them right now. So if you want to get a like on my, they're very dramatic. They are a little bit higher in the inner corner than I prefer because my eyes are hooded, but I still, the way they are curled, look at these. Look at these, the way they are curled and just so fluffy. Oh my gosh, I think that these were like $7. So obsessed. And then I do want to talk about a lash glue. I'm still using the same lash glue. You can now get the House of Lashes lash glue at Target. There's something about it. For me, it stays on all day. It gets tacky really quickly. It's just the perfect lash glue. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. They have it in black and they have it in clear. I usually keep both on hand. I have more clear now. I'm not sure why. Clear is just classic, you know, and if you mess up and you bump your lid, it's not going to be there like as if you use a black one. So either one, whatever you're feeling, definitely check them out. They're almost always sold out at Sephora and on House of Lashes, but Target, knock on wood, has been keeping them in stock. I literally just ordered 2 more just to keep them on backup because I just, no other lash glue works as good as this one for me. Okay, we have gotten to lips. We've gotten to lips. Okay, so the first lip product I'm going to talk about, I love nudes. I'm wearing this today. This is the City Beauty City Lips Blush Rose. I guess I lied because this one is another higher end item. This guy is way more expensive than it should be, but it is a plumping matte lipstick. It stays on so long. I feel like my lips just look better. I feel like it plumps them and hydrates them. I have pretty dry lips. I'm not good at hydrating my lips, and especially in the winter, and I can just pop this on without really prepping my lips and my lips will still look good. So that's what the base color is that I'm wearing right now. Again, a mess, but you can see it right there. So that is the City Lips. This one again is like $35. My favorite one is Blush Rose. Absolutely obsessed. When I run out, I'm definitely gonna have to pick up another one. It's literally my go-to every day in my purse, except for I haven't been wearing it as much because masks, what's the point of wearing lipstick? It's just gonna be, I just tried really hard to find my Revolution Chauffeur lipstick. They came out with a new one this year that is kind of a twist up. I will put it on the screen. I don't know where it's at. My cats, as you guys know, knock everything off my table. It's probably rolled under my vanity and I just can't be bothered. And I have talked about SHOPMISSA for so long. The new formulation that they did that one in, it might be my favorite yet. So definitely check it out. Again, everything's linked down below. Sorry that I can't swatch it for you, but it's very similar. And if you've watched me for a while, you've probably seen it 1,000 times. But another one we're going to talk about is this Cashmere Cream from BH Cosmetics. I used to really love their liquid linen in Natalie, but they don't seem to really have it anymore. It's out of stock everywhere. They haven't restocked it. I don't know if it's coming back, but I do really like this one. I don't love the formula as much as I liked the liquid linens. And this one's a little bit deeper than Natalie was, but it's still kind of that pinky nude. You can see it's a little bit lighter than the Blush Rose from City Beauty. I don't really wear a lot of other colors that often, so I don't really have a lot of favorites of other colors to share with you, so I'm just going with the nudes. But then I do have, this one is an honorable mention too. This is a new one that I got that I really, really love, but I really like the formula, and it's really close to that same Natalie shade from BH Cosmetics. It says it's a metallic, but I feel like on the lips it doesn't look super metallic, which I prefer. It's just like I love like a cool toned taupey nude with like a little bit of pink in it. Absolute favorite. You can kind of, it does, when I swatch it next to those ones, it does look more metallic, but it's not one of those ones that you put on, you're like, ooh, that's a metallic lipstick, you know? But the shade, I hope they make the shade in like a matte finish. I would die. I would die. I have a few glosses. These two are actually from the same line, so we'll talk about those really quick. I'm sure you're not surprised. Chocolate Chip Cookie Dough from I Heart Revolution and Salted Caramel from I Heart Revolution. They're chocolate glosses. First of all, they smell amazing. All of them smell different. They all smell kind of what they are, if that makes sense. Like the salted caramel kind of smells like caramel. I don't know if this exactly smells like cookie dough, but it does smell really good. It smells kind of like cake. Love these. Chocolate Chip Cookie Dough is like my ride or die all-time favorite. If you are fair and you like a pinky nude, you're gonna love it. There. And then let me swatch Salted Caramel for you. It's a little bit deeper, but you can see this one's a little more neutral. This one's a little more pinky. So yes, I had to mention those. And then the last gloss we're going to talk about is the e.l.f. Lip Plumping Gloss in Peach Bellini. I actually have a little bit of Salted Caramel and this guy on top of that City Beauty lip today. I love this one. It is a plumping one, so you can feel it a little bit, but it's not super strong. If you are fair and you want to lighten your lips a little bit, you can of course use concealer, or if you are a gloss girl, this one's great because it does kind of lighten things up a little bit because it looks like a concealer shade, but it is a gloss, but it does change the pigment a little bit. It does have some peachy nude pigment behind it. You can see it right there. So it will alter the color of your lipstick a little bit, but not like a ton. Love this. I do feel like it does plump the lips. I feel like it does what it says it's going to do. I really like the shade. All right, loves. Well, I feel like that is everything really worth mentioning in the beauty category for me. Of course, there's other things that I loved and I've talked about, but these are just my ride or die top things from the last year. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know your favorite items down below. Let me know what items you want to see in my favorite lifestyle. I want to do clothing, skincare, movies, music, stuff like that. So if there's like maybe foods, what do you guys want? Let me know. And let me know whatever you're loving from either beauty or lifestyle favorites down below. I would love to know. And as always, any sort of video ideas you have for Vlogmas, let me know in the comments as well. Do good with a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Share it if you could. It does help me out so much. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I upload videos every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I will talk to you guys soon. Bye. To my foundation. Thanks is here. Oh my god. Oh my god. Why are you so crazy? You say hi to everybody. Everybody. It's just the perfect. Luna's like, what are you doing? But is the poor Luna. I just opened it and it kind of went on her. I'm sorry. You're gonna be glowing like mama. Okay, we're gonna talk about eyeliners. What words? What are words, baby girl? You're so cute.